Marshawn, I want to talk to you first. Let's talk about both of the fumble recoveries. Are you, at that point, you're going to the ball when you see somebody's running?
Yes, sir. I seen the ball come out, and all I started to do was go get it.
Drives you pretty big.
Both times.
When you got it, and then I couldn't see. Did you take a lot of pilot on after that guy?
Yes, I did. I did.
You've kind of been under the gun a little bit in terms of the inconsistent pass coverage. How good does it feel to get two fumbles that really did make a huge difference?
It feels good. We talked about all day in practice that we need to get the ball and get turnovers, and that's what we did.
Were you right behind the guy who forced the fumble each time?
The second one I forced it, and the first one I was right behind him.
Did you not? Did you recover both of them?
Yes, sir.
And you forced the second one too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you knocked it out and recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how did you knock it out? Did you grab it? Did you punch it out? Did you?
I spinned off the tackle, and then I seen the ball out, and the running back's right arm. I just poked it, and it came out.
The first one, it came out, that it hit the ground, and then at that point, I think you're even leaving your feet, aren't you?
No, I picked it up and tried to run, tried to score.
From a defensive standpoint, it's got to be, they had 87 offensive plays. Were you tired?
Yeah, I was tired, but we do good in conditioning with our strength and conditioning coach, Jeff Miller.
Trey, the yards you got, some of them were hard to come by, weren't they?
I mean, yeah, NAU's defense is really good. They've had a good defense playing last year and they shut us down, but I think we came out, O-line, they were doing work today. So I was really proud of them.
Talk about your little pass that you took from Kyle that you scooted in there for a touchdown the first quarter.
It was just a screen pass, and Kyle set it up perfectly. And when we got out there, O-line, they were out fast, and all I did was just kind of dip and slip, got back inside them, and then I think I made like one or two guys miss. I'm not very sure. And then it was set up perfectly by the O-line, and I tried to make it happen.
Do you feel like you're? I mean, it's obvious, but do you feel like you're more effective even? With a little bit of even that's not real open field, but that much open field.
I mean, yeah, that's what we talk about all the time. Just trying to get us, like the running backs in general, or any of our guys, like Hakeem and Ellis in the open field. That's the kind of weapons we have. It's not just me. It's Hakeem, it's Ellis, it's Brandon Cargina, it's AD. We just went it out, just put us in the open field, and that's what happens.
Kyle, you probably never thought with 1:27 left in the half on your 3-yard run that ends up the margin that ends up to be a winning score.
Yeah, I mean, was
that a straight call from the start? You were going to?
No, it was a read. I heard a loop call, which meant that the backer was looping and the defensive end was crashing down from our left tackle, and just read the end. He went with Trey, and I just kept the ball and got upfield for a touchdown.
How do you feel you played today? I mean,
I think
assess yourself. I mean, I know it was a tough day.
I think it's kind of a tale of two halves when I'm assessing myself. I think the offense played really well that first half, and I don't think I had to do very much. I think I did the right things, but I didn't have to do very much in that first half because everything was clicking. We were running the ball great. All I had to do was get my guys in position and, make some throws. Second half was a little bit tougher. They switched some things up on us, and we have a good idea of what went wrong with that, but we're just going to have to get in the film room and go over some stuff. And
what do you think it was that they switched up that made it a little bit tougher in the second?
I think they just pressured more on first and second down, and I think it kind of got into – I think we got a little bit complacent as an offense, and that kind of makes a difference too, because at the same time you try to balance run and pass because you are ahead in the game, and that the longer you can drag out possessions, the less they get and the closer you get to winning that game. So I think we tried to run the ball a little bit more, and they just came out fired up, and they stopped us a couple times. We weren't able to get things going. We stopped ourselves. We had penalties that set us back, and then at that point we were so far back a couple times that we were just trying to run to get field position back. So Just some self-inflicted wounds in the second half, I think.
Is it tough having 2 weeks off? Did you feel like, you can set up a lot of things in practice, or game type, but it's not the same. Is it tough to get into the urgency and everything?
It's different. I think that as far as rest, I think that was big for us because we were pretty banged up. We got some key guys back. But there is that we came out fired up in the first half, I think, so that wasn't a problem. I think it's just learning to stick with it through 4 quarters.
Is it tough, Trey? Is it tougher to get into a groove or a rhythm when you've had 2 weeks off? I know it's a game day and everything, but does it feel different or not?
It's kind of like, if you consistently do something, anything really, you get the hang of it. And you get, like you said, you get a groove going. So, that bye week, in that sense, it doesn't hurt you, but it definitely doesn't help you. We get the things cleaned up that we did, and that's probably why we were so successful on the ground. And, Cal had a good day too. But when you don't verse life hitting 1 week even, it sets you back a little bit. Not back, but it just kind of plateaus you until you go up again. You verse team, just kind of was a bummer that we versed, a good defense like NAU. But I think we came out from the bye weekend, got it done.
It's got to feel really good being 3-1 tonight.
Feels great.
1-0 is nice, but you only had the one. But doesn't it feel great to be 3-1?
Yeah.
And now it gets testing because you go on the road back to back.
Yeah,
On the road's tough anyway, but back to back.
Yeah.
And you'll probably need a little better game today than today. On the road. But
Yeah, we're versing, like Marshawn will probably tell you, but we're, versing the two of the top FCS receivers, and Marshawn and Mike and all the secondary shut them down. They had a great game. I'm reversing the top guy, top dog next week.
Right.
So we all, biggest faith in the world, Marshawn and secondary.
You feel like you're going in with some momentum.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's one win, but you had a good second half at CSU,
Yeah.
and I think people are taking notice.
Yeah.
So you feel like you have.
I think with this win, and I kind of on what you're saying, I think that with this win, it kind of puts us in the driver's seat because now we don't have to, we hold our own destiny in our hands. So if we go out and win every game from here on out, we'll be Big Sky champs. We don't have to wait on, other teams to lose and things like that. So that's really the best feeling, is knowing that it's in our hands and that it's right there for the taking.
Okay, guys, that's all I have. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I got a couple questions for you guys too, actually. Marshawn, so those 2 fumbles were absolutely huge for your defense. Do you think that was a huge momentum swing for you guys to kind of pull it out towards the end of the game?
Yeah, of course it's a huge momentum swing. That's all we talked about all week, was getting turnovers, and that was the main objective.
Did you guys think coming together as you're a pretty young defense, do you think today was kind of a point for you guys as to come together as a defense and play well?
Yes,
As your first conference game?
yes, the chemistry definitely improved since the previous games, and I feel like we do have momentum going into Eastern Washington.
Trey, you had a big yard on the ground today, and your offense struggled a little bit. But what do you think you guys have to work on going into Eastern Washington as you look back on today?
We're going to be versing another good defense. They were one of the top guys in our league. So I think just, like Slaughter said, just staying with the consistency of how we were playing the first half. The first half was amazing. We came out fired up. But, laying off that, when it comes to the O-line and the running backs and the quarterbacks, everybody, we got to stay with that. Because if we were to come out the way we did in the first half, in the second half, it's probably a bigger difference in the points. It's a good NAU defense, but we were on fire. So that's probably the one thing we got to work on. There's always minor things, blocking. I personally think I had a couple misreads. Me personally, I think I, kind of hosed our O-line. But, it's just little things, and we'll get it fixed, and we'll be ready for you, Wash.
So you guys talked about how coming out in the second half it was a little flat, kind of felt like it was a little flat. So how are you guys going to handle those emotional roller coasters and kind of keep that level and keep the intensity going to the whole game next week? Do you think that's something you figure out in practice, or it's just something that comes to you during the game?
It just comes with being in the game. We've experienced how it goes now. Once we come out on top, we come out really, really good, and then we kind of falter towards the second half. So I think we had a tendency, I guess, to maybe overexert ourselves in the first half. We need to keep a level head, because if we do that, it's going to be the same throughout the whole game instead of that big jump in the first half and us kind of plateau in the second half. So I think that comes from the leaders on the team, the captains, and I trust in them to get it done.
This is for all you guys. Being 3-1 right now, how do you feel that the momentum being 3-1 and kind of everybody feeling on that high and high, do you think that can keep going throughout the season, or is there something else that you guys still need to figure out to be able to become conference champs?
I mean, there's always something that we can get better on. By no means do I think that we're going to be the way we are now at the end of the season. You know, we're going to keep meshing together. I mean, for me, this is only my third start. I didn't play very well today. You know, I've got to get some things figured out, and I know what I did wrong. I've just got to get in the film room. But I think that we as a team are going to continue to get better and continue to mesh. And you saw the defense today really bond together for, I feel like, the first time. So, and that was big. They picked us up the second half, you know, and they were there all game, really. I mean, it wasn't just the second half, but offense was going first half. But they picked us up. But obviously, we're not where we want to be right now. We've got a long ways to go, but it's a good start.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Coach, preach team football, and I think we really saw that today. We really saw when the offense was down, defense picked us up. When the defense was down, offense picked us up. And I think since I've been here, it's probably the first time since in a couple games last year where we really had a team win against a good team.
With our secondary being young, I feel like, as well as Kyle said, that he only had 3 starts. This is only our 3rd game in. I feel like we're just going to get more and more comfortable and be able to play faster.
Marshawn, in a sense, is that taking that step to, I know Coach Collins said, with secondary being young, at some point you have to then take a chance. You know, I mean, he's not big time out of position, not big time getting beat, but close enough it's worth taking a chance. And that's a 50-50, deal. But you've got to take a chance. Do you feel like there were times today when you guys took the chance, just go for it and hope, it's like rolling dice sometimes?
Yeah, I believe we took a couple chances. I took a chance at shooting myself at the running back without wrapping up, and he went down, so got lucky.
That's all I got for you guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.